Okay, guys. So let's do the next set of notes here for imaginary complex numbers. Right? So if you remember, the last time we left one set of notes blank, and that was on purpose because that's the second part of the notes. So let's review our imaginary key here. Remember that I to the first is I to the second is -1, I to the third is -I, and I to the fourth is 1, right? I to the fourth is the key one, the 4 is the key number, okay? So let's take a look here. So we left this bottom part blank because this is the second part of the notes. So the notes say simplify the expression to a plus bi form. Simply what that means is a means a number without I goes first, plus bi, a number with I, goes second, right? So I know this is a lot, this looks like a lot, but if we do it in small pieces, it's not too bad, okay? So this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what I want all of you to do. You see this first, -9, forget about all this, okay? Try to cover all this up. Forget about that. We're only gonna focus on this guy right here. So I'm gonna take I to the 94th, okay? Now remember, we have to divide 94 by 4. So 4 goes into 94. Now if I divide 94 by 4, I know it's 23. 4 times 23 is 92. 94 minus 92 is 2. So remember, that's our new I. So this is I to the second power. And if we look at our notes here, I to the second power is -1. So all this gave me -1. Now you see this -9 that we left in front that we didn't touch? Let's bring that guy down over here and put it right next to -1. And -9 times -1 is +9. There we go. So again, just like this one now, let's block these ones out of the way and only deal with 11I to the 106. So I say I to the 106. I'm going to focus on that. So I'm going to divide 4 by 106 divided by 4, excuse me. So if I divide, how many times does 4 go into 106? I know it goes in 26 times. 4 times 26 is 104. And I subtract 106 minus 104 is 2. So this is my new exponent with I. So I squared. And as I remembered, I squared is -1. So this is really just -1. Now remember the plus 11? I'm going to bring that down. And I'm going to say plus 11. So a positive times a negative is a negative, right? So I get negative. And 11 times 1 is 11. So I have 9 minus 11 so far. So I'm going to do the same thing with this third term here. I'm going to take 85 and I'm going to divide 85 by 4. And how many times does 4 go into 85? So I know it goes in, if I divide it, it goes in 21 point something times, right? But the only thing I needed was 21. 4 times 21 is 84. 85 minus 84 is 1. So this is I to the first power, which is just I. Now you see this plus 6 here? This plus 6 comes down. And 6 plus I is just simply positive, right? Positive times positive is positive. 6 times I is 6I. Just like that. So from this one I got 9. The first term, second term I got negative 11. Third term I got 6I. So let's see what we get from the fourth term. So I'm going to take 76 and I'm going to divide it by 4. So I know 4 goes into 76 19 times. So 4 times 19 is 76. 76 minus 76 is 0. So I get I to the 0 power. And remember that anything to the 0 power is just 1. But you see this guy that I left up here, the negative 3, he comes down right next to the 1. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Right? So if I put all that stuff together, I get 9 minus 11. Now, I could put the 6i first, but I'm instead going to put this negative 3 first because this negative 3 is just a regular number. So minus 3. And then the plus 6i goes last. Because remember the form that they want? They want whatever goes with I last. Right? So 9 minus 11 gives me negative 2. And negative 2 and negative 3 gives me negative 5. So I'm going to get negative 5 plus 6i. Now these two, in case I ran out of room there, these two I can't combine because they're different terms. This is the negative 5, just a simple number. And this is a 6i, it has an I with it. So they're different type numbers. So let's try some examples that are similar. This is what the problems look like on Delta Math. So let's do the same thing. So let's take them one piece at a time. So let's do I to the 40 first. 40 divided by 4 goes in 10 times. 4 times 10 is 40. 40 minus 40 is 0. So that's my new I exponent, I to the 0 power. Well, I know that I to the 0 power, anything to the 0 power is just 1. You see this 4 that I left up here? It's going to come down here next to the 1. Okay. Let's do 50 now. So 50 divided by 4. So I know 4 goes into 50 12 times, or if you use your calculator, 50 divided by 4 is going to give you 12 point something, right? But the 12 is all we need. 4 times 12 is 48. And I subtract 50 minus 48 is 2. So that's my new I exponent, I to the power of 2. Well, I to the power of 2, we need a reminder here, is negative 1. I to the power of 2 is negative 1. Oh, I forgot to multiply here. 4 times 1 gives me 4. Right? So this gives me negative 1. Let's not forget our plus 11 here. So a positive times a negative is a negative. 11 times 1 is 11. Okay? Make sure that's lined up there. Okay, good. We're doing good so far, right? Take it slowly. So let's do I to the 75th now. So I take 75 and I divide it by 4. How many times does 4 go into 75? So you guys check your calculator and you're going to get 18 point something, right? 18 point whatever. But the 18 is what's important. 4 times 18 is 72. 75 minus 72 is 3. So 3 is my new I exponent. I to the power of 3. Well, how much is I to the power of 3? I to the power of 3 is negative I. Sorry. I to the power of 3 is negative I. So this is negative I. Now let's not forget our minus 2 here. Our minus 2 comes down in front of this minus I. A negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times I is just 2I. Okay? So finally, our last term here, we're going to take 102. So we take 102, we divide it by 4, which goes in 25 point something times. 25 is the only thing you need to worry about. 4 times 25 is 100. 102 minus 100 is 2. So that's our new I exponent. I to the power of 2, let's look over here. I to the power of 2 is negative 1. So this becomes negative 1. Now I can't forget our minus 2 here. So I got to bring that down. A negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 1 is 2. So now that I have all my numbers lined up here, I'm going to write them all together so they could be together here. So let's see here. So I have my 4 minus 11. Now you see this plus 2. I'm going to write this plus 2 first because it's just a regular number. And at the end, I'm going to write plus 2i. So 4 minus 11, well, 11 is bigger, so 11 minus 4 is 7. 11 is a negative and it's bigger, so it's going to be negative 7. I bring down my plus 2. I bring down my plus 2i. Negative 7 and 2, they're different signs again. 7 minus 2 is 5. 7 is bigger and 7 is a negative, so the 5 is a negative. Plus 2i. And I cannot combine these because they are not like terms. And there's your answer right there. Make sure that it's, yes, it looks good. Okay. And that's pretty much how you do these assignments. It was lengthy, right? It was lengthy, but if you take your time and you go slow, you'll be okay.